Hello guys, how are you? This is JP Sarri once again coming to you with another review. This time I have something a little different from the Marvel stuff that I normally review. This is a DC item, DC Collectibles, DC Direct, whatever they call themselves nowadays. I picked this up over the holiday. I got a great deal from this piece. I got it from Amazon. It was such an amazing deal for I think around $20 plus shipping, so it came out to less than $25. But I really like it. I'm not really a fan of the All-Star Superman, although I have read the book and actually I have the paper trade back. Oh, and I also have it on digital, and I read it a few times. I'm not really as crazy about the whole ordeal like other people are with the graphic novel. But I think it's a great. I love the art. I think the Frank Quitely is a great artist. I think his art is different than others. Very European in many ways. Here, this is a tiny little piece, very small. It has a lot of small detail, but I think it represents the art perfectly. If you're not familiar with All-Star Superman, this is a book that was it's a graphic novel that was actually written by Grant Morrison, one of those great writers from Scotland, from that UK or Britain invasion of artists that came in the 80s and 90s and took over in comics, like people that create some of the best actually graphic novels of all times. They're considered the best of all times nowadays, and in great regards like Watchmen. There were many writers, and one of them was Grant Morrison, and he's a great writer. I'm not gonna say that I'm too crazy about his writing style, but he is different. It's different than any other, and I think All-Star Superman is a different story, and it's a great story. And hopefully I have the chance to review the book one day for all of you, for those that follow me because of my book reviews. But before I go into all of that, let me just show you, like I always do, the box. Here's the DC Collectibles. Actually, that's what it says right there. And I like this box. This is the same format all DC Collectibles, the new DC Collectibles have. It's Superman, the Man of Steel, Superman by Frank Quitely statue, 75 years anniversary of Superman. Very nice logo right there. On this side, you can see, there's another nice picture of the statue. And here in the back, as you can see, there's a little bio of the Man of Steel. And there's another pictures also in this new series that is actually all kind of metallic color for Superman, the Man of Steel. We have Superman by Grant Morrison, and we have Superman by Kenneth Rockport. Also, I think there's another one, the one by Frank Miller, the Superman that came in the Return of the Dark Knight. That's another one that also came out. None of them are really crazy about. Here on the top, as you can see, there is the symbol of Superman, and they have a number. Their number actually is 1352 or 5200. That's a really high number, but these are collectible pieces. They tend to sell out, and when they sell out, they're hard to come by unless you go on eBay and pay a little extra. So I'm happy for what I pay for. And as you can see, it's very small. This is not even a 110. I think this is a 112 in the scale. It's just very small when I compare it to the 110 pieces that I have, and I'm gonna have at the end of the video some comparisons for you to see. As you can see, it's very, very small. But as you can see right there, the detail is spot on. That face, as you can see, that face right there, it is pretty much the Frank Quitely portrait of Superman, as you can see. And everything else, it has the metallic colors. I like it. They're very clean on this. That S is not completely accurate, if I can see it well. I think on this side, as you can see on that little, on the edge of the S at the top, actually is wider in the comic than what it is here. And I think the S is too wide, but I think it's just when you do the 3D comparison, when you try to transfer that 3D image into a statue form, of course there's some compromises. It's not the same, but as you can see, the color is great. As you can see, even they sculpted even the belly button that actually is part of the comic and the story and the Frank Quitely drawings of Superman. Everything, those shorts instead of the regular drawers that he always carries, the Speedos, and as you can see, the pants, the boots, the color is perfect. I can say that. Everything I like about this is that it really resembles the part well. Too bad that it's just a small scale. And as you can see right there, the S, I wish actually the S was a little mark in black around, you know, just make the little silhouettes instead of just the complete jello that kind of get lost after, you know, in a small size piece like this. But other than that, the red is very vibrant, metallic. It looks very nice. Many people were concerned about the metallic colors on these little pieces, but to be honest with you, I think they really complement the pieces well, and being that small in size actually make it more vibrant in color, make the you know, the detail come through much better. And I really like that, and I really like even his hand right there in this guy. And actually, this is a pose from actually that comes on in the trade paperback on the front and the cover. This is actually a very iconic pose of in this case All-Star Superman, and you know, and it is fantastic, as you can see right there. The only thing I'm not crazy about is like he's flying in midair. That in reality, the base, as you can see right here, is the S, the Superman, very Man of Steel, very nice base actually. Not too crazy about the peg going all the way like that, but of course I understand, you know, it has to come through. Actually, the peg, it gets inserted into this case the base, and it stays like that. But it's so visible, unless you kind of like move it in an angle where you don't see it. Of course, this is the angle that you want to see it, but it's just not really my cup of tea. I wish it was something more invisible. I don't know, it's just me. It just doesn't feel right. Just look at it. I think, you know, I've seen other inventions in the past, or other statues where actually the way it's translated is very kind of like hidden in a way, and actually looks perfect that way. That's the way I want to see it. Kind of lies to the eye, but it is more catchy like that. Here it feels like a little gimmicky. So, but other than that, you know, I love this piece. I love the design. It is very great for the price, you know, and it's nice. If you're a fan of Superman, you know, this is the one to go. I really was interested when I saw this right away. I wanted to buy it because a few years ago I have some figures, and I actually have the All-Star Superman figure and the All-Star Lois Lane figure. Slowly walking down the hall, faster than a cannonball. And I think they were really well done, and I ended up selling it on eBay. After a while, I sold all my action figures that I had when I started getting back into more statues. And I kind of missed that little action figure. So when I saw this, to say, man, this is Batman, the answer to my prayer. I think this is the one I want. So I love it. I love it. Really love the little detail on this piece. And, you know, I'm really satisfied with this purchase. Alright, as you can see right here, there's a comparison in this case, on the right. We have, in this case, Power Girl from the, you know, the cover girls of the DCU, for Adam Hughes cover girls line. Very nice figure, and as you can see, that's a perfect 110. And as you can see, Superman is a lot smaller than she is, even with the peg and all, still small and short. So that tells me that this is like a 112 instead of 110. That I was thinking that actually they would be on the same size. But when I unboxed it, I realized it was a lot smaller. And on this side, I have Batman from Arkham City, the game, actually, the Kotobukiya statue that came on the special edition, the collector's edition. I love this little Batman. It's very nice looking Batman. Actually, you can purchase it now. I think they sell it. And there's a new version with colors. And there's a newer version, actually, for the newer game that Kotobukiya is producing. And I don't know if it's already out for sale, but I saw that they had it on Comic-Con. And I'm thinking that I'm going to get that just to, you know, display with this one. I really like this Batman. But as you can see right here, the size comparison is a lot smaller. In reality, there's not really that many pieces that you can probably display it with. Maybe some of the DC, like the black and white Batman, might work well. Some of them. Other than that, it's going to be just a standalone piece. But you know what? It's a tiny little piece, but it's a piece that I think deserves a lot. It really is a nice, pretty much a standalone piece that you might have in your office. You love Superman, you have it on the side of your desk, or you might have it in a special place, or even as a child gift. You know, even if you give it to a child, of course, you know, kids don't take care of stuff like this, but it's a nice little statue that you can give or the PVC. Actually, you can always give your little kids so they can start kind of into the hobby. Just give them little PVC statues because they, they pretty much endure any type of punishment. But I really like this Superman. As you can see, the size is a little small, but it's a nice looking. I like the colors. It's very nice. All right, and here is with 1/6 scale piece. In this case, the Kotobukiya Batman, the black version, Jim Lee version. Really, I really like this one. It's just the little piece. It looks good. I love the colors. I love that Batman. That Batman is one of the best Batmans ever sculpted. But I like the little piece. It's very shiny. It shines well with the proper lighting. It's small, but it has its own. It's staying on its own. It is really hard for the camera to catch up all the detail being that tiny and that small. But that piece really has a lot of detail. And I love that. I love the belt. I love the muscle. I love the figure, and as a whole, just great. The paint application, as always, DC Collectibles, they really started years ago with the quality. They started, kind of dictating the market for many years. They did that. They have some misses with some of their products, but for the most part, whatever you see on the prototype is what you get. Once in a while, things don't get as much as well. But this one really resembles the prototype, the photos on the picture. And I really like that. I really like that. It's clean. There's no smudges, no imperfections. Everything is perfect in place. The color is right. The face is right. The eyes are right. The way they're supposed to be representing the face of the Superman by Frank quietly. Even the cape is a very nice thing. I highly recommend this piece to anybody. If you're interested in buying it, I'd say go for it. That special deal on Amazon, it just went out. I just checked a few days ago, and it went back to the original price. Actually, it's not an original price. It's even cheaper. I think you can find it for like around $60 right now. So I think that's still a good price versus the $100 that was the original price tag that he had when he came out a few months ago. So I recommend this little piece for you. I recommend it highly. I think it will be a great addition to your collection. Stay tuned. I have a surprise for all of you. And just in the next video, so stay tuned. I want to give some shout outs, but I also have a surprise for all of you, so stay tuned so you can participate on that little surprise. And thank you for watching my video. This is JP Sarri. Have a good day, good afternoon, good evening, and I'll see you on the next review. Thank you.